You know what, I'm kind of sad now because I think my goblin voice is now out of date. No, seriously, they changed the goblin NPC voices today. I don't know if they changed all of them, but there is a video on my channel, and they sound like they're from Brooklyn now, and I don't know if I really approve of that, because I can't do a Brooklyn accent. I can do the goblin, and it's like, that's easy, friend! You know, it's not too difficult. I got what you need! That's easy. You just sort of squeak a bit, and then cough your guts out. In the case of, say, the new goblin voices, not so much. Oh well, never mind. Go and leave your opinion there. I'm trying to get tons of comments to that video. I want to hear your opinion on the goblin voices. Go head over to my channel and just leave a comment for the sake of it. Anyway, what else have I got to say? So, someone made a terrible joke in the chat that I have to point out. I'm not going to name them because that would be extremely cruel. Like, why do you call a 360? Well, why do you call an Xbox 360 an Xbox 360? Because when you see it, you do a 360 and walk away. You didn't think that one through, did you? Wah, wah, wah.
Imbecile. 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 Of the week.
Quite. Oh dear, right, so, let's get on with it, shall we? So, there have been a few things that I would like to discuss. There are indeed currently a few things I would like to discuss, both in the past and in the present. So, let's talk about it, shall we? First thing I'd like to talk about is the fact that some of the Ashara quests are really boring! Come on, Blizzard, you did an amazing Goblin Zone! Everything exploded, and it was fantastic! And then we got on a boat after exploding! Yeah, we're on a boat! Doing flips and stuff! Yeah! And what else have we got? We've got, let's see... Yeah, there was another island, and that exploded, and then we got another boat! And that one didn't explode, so that was great. We landed on Durotar, then we got eaten by a warg, like a boss. And then we went to the inside bit of Orgrimmar, yeah, and we rode past some blockade thing, and then we went to Garrosh, and we said, "Hey, Garrosh, my homeboy." And then he said, "What the hell are you talking about? Why are you talking like that? You're green." And then we turn around and say, "Sorry, Garrosh, please don't hit me with your Karazhan axe. What have you got me to do?" "Well, go to Ashara." It's like, "Yeah, new zone, Ashara! Her! What do we do?" "Go kill basilisks." I'm eating my hand right now in frustration. Do you understand? Ow. So, that's a bad quest. And not only does it take ages for everything to respawn, but it's boring. Kill the basilisks. Ooh. Yeah, great. Kill basilisks. That's awesome. Don't even get me started on the collect 20 mountain fuck... Yeah, there's a Freudian slip. Collect 20 mountain fuck feck ingots. Yes, mountain feck ingots. Drink. Kind of a dog Murloc hybrid there. Or maybe Jar Jar Binks. We don't want that. Dear God. So you collect the mountain feck ingots, and there's like 20 of these mountain feck ingots, and you have to pick them all up. And there's a pile of mountain feck ingots. You think, that's great, I can count about 15 mountain feck ingots right there. So I'm going to go over there and go and grab some mountain feck ingots. And what do I see? One. It's a pile of ingots! Why is there only one? Why would you do this? It's taunting me! It's sitting over there and saying, "Hi, I'm a pile of ingots that will allow you to finish this quest in a fantastic manner. Are you so grateful for me? Look at this manna and bounty from heaven! A wonderful pile of ingots! And what is it? It's one mountain feck ingot! Oh, Blizzard, you are so very cruel. You are horrible and evil, and you want me to kill myself by throwing myself off a bridge, but then you wouldn't get free marketing for my video, so you didn't think that one through, did you? Redesign your quest! Arrgh. Bloody hell. So, how do we fix boring quests? Well, there's a few ways. It's really easy to spice up a quest. Honestly, it is. You know, kill 10 basilisks, collect 10 bear asses, whoop-de-doo-de-da. there are a few things they've done so far to spice up those quests. And there are a few things they've done which haven't really worked. So, let's talk about one that hasn't really worked. They decided to spice up drop quests by having the broken version of the thing drop and have a little bit of flavor text. You think, that's really funny. No, it isn't. You're taunting me. Like, why won't it drop? I guess you hit that one a little bit too hard, eh? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Die. Please die. Immediately. Actually, yesterday. That's horrible. What? That is even worse than just having it not drop at all. Oh, God. It taunts you, it waves it in front of your face. Ha ha, RNG didn't work for you. Now you gotta grind more. Oh, why? Oh, Blizzard, why? Please. So, what do we do in order to make it more interesting? Well, I've done a few things, like saying, instead of kill 20 zombies, it's kill 20 zombies using rocket boots. Yes, indeed. You could do that if you so desired. Hey, there's rocket boots here. Woo! Set them on fire. That's kind of it's kind of annoying, but it's kind of entertaining, at least for a little while. And then it's like, kill 100 of these. What? It's the same with that weed whacking quest. Like, hey, isn't this an awesome gimmick? Yeah, for the first 30 or so plants. Not 100! That's quite enough, thank you very much. I'm a little bit dizzy. Honestly. So, what can you do to fix these quests? Well, the first thing you can do is put in a little bit of magic wand. Yes, a sprinkling of fairy dust. The concept of the magic wand, this construct that I created that I think is an awesome construct. In fact, it's probably the best thing I've ever thought of. So there you go. So, here's the first thing. A magic wand is an item that is specific to a quest that allows you to do something that you couldn't otherwise do. It comes from a quest in the Howling Fjord, back in Wrath of the Lich King, whereby you were given an altered magic wand. And this magic wand had a 100-yard range. And this was the only time you could ever use it. And you could use it to bring down a drake that was flying around. Because, of course, you couldn't fly at level 70, so you had to use the wand to bring down the drake so you could kill it. And there you go, that's a magic wand quest. Simple as that. Very easy. Very simple concept. And it's been used since then, and indeed, there are times when it's been used before that, but that's the time when it really came into its own. So, that quest is more interesting because it's just the generic kill. Yeah? It's like kill 10 drakes. However, in order to get the drakes to come to you in the first place, you have to do this. That's neat. More magic wand is required. So let's apply it to some existing quests. Let's apply it to some of the stuff I've done in Ashara. So, a lot of the stuff I did in the first part of Ashara was vehicle-based. So, we don't need to apply it to that, because vehicle-based stuff gives different mechanics that you wouldn't otherwise have before. So, that's interesting. Like, cutting down trees to get snipers out of trees to kill them. That's a good quest. That is a really good quest. The one where they suddenly attack the gates of Orgrimmar. That's a great quest. Hey, here's a grenade launcher and a bunch of buzzsaw blades. Go slay some night elves. That's a wonderful quest. That's really well put together. And then kill 10 basilisks? Really? Kill 10 basilisks? Is that the best you can come up with? No. That's bad. Make it better. How do we make it better? Here's how you make it better, Blizzard. So, the basilisks have been running around and freezing miners. They've been turning them to stone. That's bad. But they can't do it to me? Why is that, Blizzard? Why can't they turn me to stone? Oh yes, I have the invincible plot armor on. Yes, allow me to don my magical plot helmet and my magical plot shield that would resist everything. Yes, you know those things that would otherwise annihilate you? You know the fact that Deathwing has incinerated tens of thousands of people? It doesn't matter, he's just going to do damage to you because you're wearing your amazing plot helmet. Yes, indeed, your plot hat. Your armored plot hat. That's not a good enough excuse. What if those basilisks could turn me to stone as well? So what do? Well, it's quite simple. A little bit of goblin engineering. A little bit of goblin ingenuity. Maybe even charge you for it, because that's also goblin ingenuity. You get yourself a mirror. What do you do with the mirror? Well, what did Hercules do with the mirror? It's fairly obvious. You reflect the stone gaze back at them. And if you don't do it, you get frozen and die. Yes. Think about it for a second. You know, give people a reasonable margin of error. It's like, make the eyes glow, maybe pop a little raid one that says, the thing is charging the freezing beam thingy. You must do something about this before you are turned to stone. So you use it, and what happens? It reflects it back at it turns up to stone, then you whack it with a stick, and suddenly it shatters all over the ground. Suddenly your generic kill quest is far more entertaining, and there isn't all that much effort required. You just put in a little incidental item that makes something new. It changes the dynamic of the fight. They've done it before, and I think they can keep doing it. I don't think at this day and age it's really acceptable to just have a generic kill. It's got to have something happen with it. There's got to be some kind of event. I am sick of quests that are like, kill 10 bears. These bears are wandering at random in this preset area. They will aggro one at a time. Rah-de-rah. I am not impressed. Big deal. That is dull. The fighting system in WoW is not that interesting outside of actual raid fights, dungeons, and PvP. Killing a single mob is never challenging because the mobs are never challenging. There is no risk of the mob killing you unless you pull like 4 to 5 of them, and the way that a lot of them are spaced out, as long as you don't run around like an idiot, that isn't going to happen. So what do? You make the fights more interesting. Either have some scripted things that happen, something unexpected that pops out and says, oh, look, this is something we did not think was going to happen. What you've got to do is you've got to design a quest in the context of an MMO that could be considered entertaining the first time you do it. It doesn't have to be entertaining every time you do it. You can't do that. That's the method of questing. You also can't make it so that every single quest has a dramatic effect on the world. You can't make this into Oblivion or The Witcher or Mass Effect, whereby you do something and it has every single thing you do has a genuine impact. You can phase sometimes, but you can't overuse it. So, just make the quest do something unexpected. Make it surprise you in some way. Or make it so that it's not just the generic kill, so that you have to use an item of some description. Why not? I don't see the problem in that. What, it's too hard, Blizzard? Is that it? It's too hard. You've done it before. Come on. At the end of the day, if you need to hire more quest scripters, then I'd suggest that you do just that. It can't be that hard to make a quest. I don't know all that much about coding and scripting, but really, if you've made that many of them, you must have a standard formula for doing it. You must have a set of templates, you must have a work ethic, and a work... what would be the word? So kind of like a flow chart, a process that you go through for each quest that has a bunch of checklists. It's like, right, you do this, then you build it on this, then you build it on this. Okay, what's this quest like? Well, this quest is like the one that was in the other zone, but we use a different mob, so we're going to copy it over there. Okay, so that applies to this mob, this mob, this mob. So we tag in the code which mobs it applies to, we put in some quest text that launches, we put in a reward, and that's it, right? Surely that's how it works. So, what's the harm in going into those quests and saying, right, okay, where is the spanner that we throw in the works? Where's the wild card that we introduce into this quest to make it more entertaining? Okay, cool, you've got a generic kill. How do you spice it? Think about it for a second. Just engage your imaginations. Get a bit creative with your quests. That's what makes them good. That's why a lot of the quests within the starting zones are good. The goblins have a load of gimmicks associated with their quests. That's great. The Worgen have a lot of scripting associated with their quest, so it's genuinely immersive in terms of a story, and they use phasing to drive the story along, and you are forced to move from area to area. You just don't hang around in the same place. That's great. But at the end of the day, it's not just about keeping people through to level 20. Blizzard might think it is. Like, the way that we can really up our profits is to beat that that statistic that they had there that, say, 75% of people quit before the trial ends. That isn't it. That's not the only thing. It doesn't matter if people get to the end of the trial and get to level 20, because if they get bored between 20 and 40, they're just going to quit anyway. You got a month subscription out of them. Well done. Great, you got 1 month. How about 10? How about 20, 30, 40? How do you get it? You keep them engaged. You consistently keep them engaged until you reach the end game. And when you reach the end game, you engage them with a different kind of content. That's how it works. That's how you make a good MMO. Blizzard has shown they can. They've just got to expand the concept. Magic Wand is the savior of questing. It makes it more entertaining. It makes it more interesting. It makes it varied. That'll get me to quest. That'll get people that don't like questing. That's how you do it. My name's Total Biscuit. You're listening to the one and only Blue Please here on CynicalBrit.com. I'll be right back after this. Enjoy.